Afternoon. My name is Beth Eggleston, and I'm a registered dietitian with Nutrition by Meyer, and really excited to be here today for our cooking class that's powered by Taylor Farms. Today we'll be making two great recipes. Both of them are fast and easy and delicious. They're great for summer and for any type of entertaining you might be doing. We're going to be making arugula pear prosciutto bites, as well as Mexican street corn burger sliders. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is choose what type of meat you'd like for your burger. Doesn't necessarily have to be an animal-based meat. You could use a plant-based type of patty. You could use lean ground beef. You could use game. You could use chicken. You could use ground turkey. Any of those would be a great option. When I did it, I decided to use ground chicken just because it's lean and it's healthy and it's a great item to have on hand, and I usually have some in my fridge to begin with. So I took that ground chicken, and I actually did this previously because there was no way for me to get from the grill back without boring you and sitting here. So I took ground chicken, 1 pound, and I wanted to make it as flavorful as possible because it can be a little mundane without a little extra oomph. So I added a quarter of a cup of breadcrumbs as well as an egg and then a lot of different seasonings. So salt and pepper, of course, but I also added garlic powder. And because today we are doing these Mexican street corn sliders, using our Taylor Farms chopped salad kits, which is delicious. I don't know if you know about these chopped salad kits, but if you don't, they contain the salad, the vegetables. So, for example, this one has green leaf lettuce, broccoli stalks, red and Savoy cabbage, and carrots as our vegetables. So, lots of different types of vegetables, which equals lots of different types of nutrition and nutrients. It also contains smoked paprika and cornbread crumbles, green onion, crispy corn, and Parmesan cheese. So, delicious addition to your meals. And these can be found in the fresh section at Meyer. But getting back to our chicken, I mixed in a bunch of different seasonings because this is more of a Mexican flared type meal. You could add different types of Mexican seasonings that are in traditional Mexican foods like cumin, chili powder, paprika. So any type of things you wanted to add just to add a little extra flavor to that chicken. So I grilled a couple of chicken patties outside on the grill. Easy peasy, done in about 12 minutes, so 6 minutes per side. And then I also wanted to grill up some jalapeno peppers. So I took some jalapenos, cut them in half lengthwise, removed the seeds, drizzled a little olive oil on them, and then grilled those. And those only took a few minutes, maybe 6 minutes to grill before they got charred and delicious and soft. We are going to add that as an addition to our slider. Now, if you don't have a grill, maybe you're in an apartment or you just, don't have one available to you, you can easily use a skillet as well on the stove. You can use a grill pan, but a skillet works just as easily. And you can kind of cook those burgers in a pan. And that's what I've done with these burgers. So they're chicken burgers. And for keeping with the theme here, I've chosen to use a pepper jack cheese on one of my burgers here and to make it even more spicy and delicious. What you're going to want to do to assemble these burgers is take your Mexican street corn pack and dump the greens into a large bowl. And then you're going to want to use about half of the dressing packet to dress these greens. So I'm just gonna put dressing in and toss my greens together. And this you're going to use to top the burger. So you're getting some of these veggies in and the flavor of the dressing as well. So once that's nice and tossed, I'm gonna set that aside. And then we're going to take our avocado and we're gonna, either you can do it in slices or you can mash your avocado. I've chosen to mash an avocado and I've put it in this bowl here, but I've also added some of our cornbread and dried corn seasoning into it to add some crunch and some flavor to our avocado because by itself, avocado can be a little plain. And then I want to add just a squeeze of lime just to really accentuate the flavors and add some brightness to it as well. So I'm just going to add some lime to this, make it very yummy indeed. And it smells good. It's kind of like a elevated guacamole a little bit. I also have some traditional toppings. I've got tomato, I've got red onion, and if you don't really like the bite of red onion, it's too bitey for you, you can certainly soak it in cold water, and that's going to take away some of that initial bite, and it's just going to leave that delicious flavor of the onion itself. So I'm going to assemble one of our burgers, and these are going to be pretty stacked. So I've got a slider bun here. And I'm going to add a little bit of our dressing just as a condiment. Put that on here. And this recipe makes about 6 burgers. So if you have a larger family, you might want to double the recipe, but it does make about 6. And then I'm going to use one of my burgers from in here, my one with the pepper jack cheese on it. Set it right on top there. Next, I'm going to add my guacamole avocado mixture. Let me grab something here. So I can spoon it on. Get it on. And that will make it some of our other things stick in place. So I'm going to add a scoop of my salad greens. That on here. Along with some lettuce, or excuse me, not lettuce. I have that in my salad greens, but I'm going to add some tomato, onion. Get this out of the way so you can see. Look how tall and beautiful that is. It's going to have so much flavor. And then I'm going to add my jalapeno pepper that I grilled up. You can always cut this in half too, so it's not so long across it. I'm going to do that. Just to make sure I can get a little bit of jalapeno in every bite. There we are. And then I am going to add my top. So look how big and tall that is. If you need, you can certainly add some sort of skewer or a toothpick to keep it all together. But it's a lovely, delicious Mexican street corn burger slider. So, I mean, we're here. We better taste it. Mmm. That's delicious. And it's going to be something new and interesting to add to your dinner rotations with your family. So check out these chopped salad kits within your local Meijer store. Lots of different varieties available, and they can be elevated to make other things like these delicious sliders. So good. Secondly, since we're trying to choose to make some really new, delicious things, we're going to make our arugula pear prosciutto bites. So, as the name might suggest, we're going to use arugula, peppery arugula. We have our Earthbound Farms baby arugula right here, prosciutto. We've got our pear, and pears are going to add some sweetness, while the prosciutto adds that saltiness and kind of gives us a wrapper for our prosciutto bites. And then arugula adds that pepperiness and deepness to the recipe itself. So, I've actually already washed and chopped a pear right here. And you can want to chop it relatively thin so it'll fit in our prosciutto. But I'm going to take a piece of our Fredericks prosciutto. We have a really nice line of different types of charcuterie meats. I'm going to take it and set it on a plate. It's kind of hard to see here, but I've got it on this plate. And then I'm going to take our Earthbound Farms arugula. It's a delicious peppery paste. It's very tender because it's a baby arugula. And I'm going to take a piece of pear, put it right on top there, top that with some arugula, and then just like a burrito, kind of sticking with the Mexican theme here, I'm going to roll it into a little wrap, just like that. And then I'm going to put a toothpick or any type of skewer through it. And so you just continue that pattern for making these great appetizers. See if you can see this better. And that was quick and easy, and no cooking required, which in the summer especially is a really, really great trait, because then you don't have to turn on the oven and you can quickly assemble an impressive and yummy appetizer for those who might be coming over if you like to entertain, or maybe you just want to have something like this for dinner. That's great too. So fill up your plate with this appetizer, and then when that's complete, I'm gonna do one more just for good measure. Prosciutto, pear, arugula roll. It's kind of methodic and rhythmic. We're gonna use our toothpick. And then lastly, we're gonna do to really elevate this easy appetizer is I'm going to use a balsamic glaze here. And I'm just going to drizzle on some balsamic glaze. And then you have a delightful, beautiful appetizer ready to go. No cooking required. And we better take a bite of this as well. Don't want to bite the toothpick, but so good. And those different flavors just mix so perfectly. So we've got our Mexican street corn sliders, fast, easy to make, utilizing our chopped salad kit that you can find in the fresh section at Meijer. And then we have our delicious arugula, pear, and prosciutto bites that came together in a snap using our Earthbound Farms baby arugula that you can also find in the fresh section of Meijer. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and ask. If you're looking for the recipes for these particular food items, you can go to your program section within the Healthy app, or I'm going to email all of the participants the recipes. And if you want to learn more about Nutrition by Meijer and dietitian services from our team of dietitians, simply text the word HELP to 75049. Thanks so much and have a great day.